Well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's my pleasure to declare this congregation open, and I invite you all please to be seated and make yourselves comfortable on this warm day. It's my pleasure to be presiding over this ceremony this morning as Pro-Chancellor of the University. And I really am delighted to have the opportunity to join in this wonderful celebration of all our students' achievements. I think you all deserve a good round of applause at the outset for all your hard effort. And it's a pleasure to be doing so amidst family and friends, who I'm sure this is a very proud moment for many of them too. Without any further ado, I'd like to now invite you to give a warm welcome to the Vice-Chancellor as I call on him to give the opening address.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, Pro-Chancellor, distinguished guests, ladies, gentlemen, and of course our graduands. Welcome to Birmingham on a moderately warm day. Do look after yourselves, please, in the audience. It will get warm in here, and what's important is your enjoyment of the occasion, so just take care. I particularly welcome you all to this graduation ceremony in our splendid Symphony Hall. I cannot imagine a better venue for doing this. We are here in the heart of Birmingham, and at BCU we are proud to be the university for our city, the university for Birmingham. Graduation is always a pleasure. It's a unique and special day, a day of celebration for you, our graduates, who have had to work so hard to be here. But it's equally a pleasure for our university community, some of whom you will see behind me. And of course, it's a pleasure for friends and families and supporters who are here. And I'd like to start by just talking to the graduates and inviting you to recognise the support that you have had from the academic community here at the university, but also from all your friends, family and supporters. I am sure that without them around you, it would have been an even harder task to graduate. So can I say to the graduates, let's give a big thank you to everyone else that's here in the hall. Today is a chance to celebrate your individual success, but it's also an opportunity, particularly today, for us to celebrate the success of the business school this year. There have been so many highlights, it's quite hard to pick just a few, but being selfish, I would particularly like to celebrate the opening of the school's new Business Advice Centre, where students of all years from the business school are going to be able to work collaboratively with businesses who are looking for solutions to their problems. In that clinic, the students are going to be working on real problems, and I know that some of you here have already had that opportunity on your programmes, and you will know that what makes that special is the ability to make a genuine difference both to companies and to individuals. It's a great testament to the faculty's focus on ensuring that your academic learning and its practical application go hand in hand. And I also want to reference the great range of opportunities that have been created for students to have national and international insights, from UK trips to international trips to places as far afield as Shanghai and Kuala Lumpur. I think it's a great example of how universities, both metaphorically and actually, expand your horizons. So can I congratulate all of you, staff and students from the business school, for what you have achieved this year. This has been a year when in Birmingham there is change all around us. And at local level, you will have seen that change day to day. New buildings, new projects, HS2, the Commonwealth Games, even the new Centenary Square just outside this building. You've also seen change, many of you, in less wonderful things like endless new road closures. And of course, I barely need to say it today, but this is a time of significant political change, not least with the radical changes that are clearly going to impact on our relationship with Europe and with the broader world. There are changes too to the environment that are the result of human behaviours, and particularly the patterns of consumption which are drawn by wealthy countries like our own. And on the positive side, there are the massive changes that are driven by health sciences and technology, impacting on every aspect of the lives that we will lead, but particularly finding their expression in significant increases in life expectancy. Not all change is change for the worse, but what change does is it challenges us. It's necessary, but it's worrying, and we can see that change all round us at present, a pervasive sense of uncertainty. And that's why today's ceremony is so important, why it's right that we gather formally to celebrate your achievement. Because if you look at these robes that we are wearing, not our normal dress, not even my normal dress, these formal caps and gowns, the reason we wear these is to recognise a tradition, something that, notwithstanding all the change, reaches back 7 centuries, a tradition of respect for learning. Why do we respect learning? Because graduates are important. In every society, you are important. Graduates live longer. They're more productive. They contribute more to society around them. They're more likely to volunteer, to vote, to lead. Graduates have better health. And above all, graduates are better placed to deal with change. Many of you are going to live long lives. And during your lives, the world in which you live will change not once, but many, many times. You're not going to have one career, you will have many careers. And you're often going to need to master new skills, new knowledge, to learn afresh. And that's why being a graduate is so important. It gives you the skills that equip you to learn. You have the habits of learning. And today, we don't just celebrate what you have achieved, although that is magnificent, but we also celebrate what you are going to go on to achieve in your future. You may know, certainly those of you graduating today will have noticed that last year at BCU we celebrated our 175th birthday. We were founded back in 1843 as the Birmingham Government School of Design, and we were created 175 years ago to help the manufacturers of what was becoming one of the great workshops of the world to compete globally. And while we have changed often and often during that 175 years, we have stayed true to our founding purpose because we remain focused on learning that makes a difference in the world around us, in ensuring that our graduates, all of you today, from all around the world, make a difference to your societies. And my challenge to you is today to celebrate your real personal achievement, your personal transformation. But please see it as part of a broader commitment, a commitment to transforming the world around you. You've all seen I Am BCU images around the campus and indeed the city. Those come from you. Those come from you, our students, because you told us that being part of BCU meant something. It meant pride, it meant confidence, and above all, it meant that sense of belonging. So it's really important that I Am BCU isn't a slogan. It's a recognition that you are now part of our extraordinary community, and you will always be part of the BCU community because you will be part of our alumni body. But today is very much your day. Today's the day when we and you celebrate achieving what you set out to do all those years ago. And I salute you, graduates. I'm delighted now to call upon the Pro-Vice-Chancellor and Executive Dean of the Faculty of Business, Law and Social Sciences, Professor Keith Horton, to commence the presentation of award holders and on the Pro-Chancellor to receive the students.
Pro-Chancellor, as Pro-Vice-Chancellor and Executive Dean, I'm delighted to present students from the Faculty of Business, Law and Social Sciences who have qualified for the awards of degree, diploma and certificates. Sadly, the first award this morning is to be made posthumously to Olusegun Olomumu Dosumu, one of our former PhD students from the faculty and more specifically within Birmingham City Business School. With the university's sincerest condolences, I would like to welcome Olusegun's family to receive the posthumous award of Doctor of Philosophy for a thesis entitled The Impact of Government Policies to the Development of Small and Medium-Sized Enterprises and Access to Finance in Nigeria, on his behalf. I now continue the presentation of awards by presenting a candidate for the award of research degree. For the award of Doctor of Philosophy for a thesis entitled Determinants of SME Internationalisation and the Impact on Business Performance, an empirical study of outward internationalisation adoption by Malaysian SMEs, I'm delighted to present Dr. Adzraki Mohammed Zaki. I now invite Professor Nassim Belbali to the lectern to present award holders from the Birmingham City Business School.
Master of Art in International Human Resource Management, Amal Ali Ersi. Master of Science in Management and International Business, Bisula Ari Yot. Damilola Atoyebe. Nick Mohamed Hakim bin Nick Haidi. Noor Anis Atira Binti Zulkifli. Minke Shen. Dat Ando. Marie Ekwer. Yushun Gu. Osatuan Wen E Kpon Vosa. Erwan Eswara Putra. Kiranjit Ko. Sheng Lin. Zhu Yi Miao. Ibrahim Umdan Mohamed. Amna Shahzadi. Saib Singh. Mina Ward Khan. Rongao Zhang. Yu Tong Zhao. Postgraduate Certificate in Business Management, Mohamed Nauman. International Master of Business Administration in Business Administration, G. Tantra. Mohamed Montasser Ali. Justine Afoul. Mohit Bedi. Satish Kumar Chandra Sekaran. Pimonut and Shantanahanan. Yi Bin Shen. Hua Yi Ze. Wang Dao. Kasish Dawa. Ali Gorja An Beglu. Kani Dani Ka Pori Andanto. Ong Yangyi. Sati Yanara Yana Bakaran Yaye. Aman Jan. Shahid Ula Janat Shah. Asad Kamal. Siti. Andreas Capitanios. Tommy Lam. Hutason Lassombum. Wuli. You Me. Lo You Min. De Barum Maitra. Sylvia Mbewi. Natalia Mereferer. Nikun Shmud Vadia. Anderson Murmur. Kara Swarup Naik. T. Wen. Muhammad Osman Rashid. Varyome Senevi Ratna. Anshi. Sarah Singh. Subhashri Siva. Jade Smith. L'Oréal Stokes. Hassan Suhail. Dinanti Suparyantu. Gokil Lan. Yu Luntan. Pragya Verma. Ming Yan. Master of Science in Management and International Business, Anne Wang. Postgraduate Diploma in International Human Resource Management, Andrew Bazin. Sabrina Bigham. Nichols Chapels. Manvir Kaur Shima. Eleanor Clark. Francesca Dibnam Sharp. Rachel James. Adam Muflihi. Laetitia Ratu. Postgraduate Diploma in Multi-Unit Leadership and Strategy, Emma Chesney. Jan Grant. Kenneth Hope. Yane Moody. David Ryan. Gavin Williams. Miles White. Bachelor of Arts with Honors in Business, Louise Douvel. Nahid Aliassi. Nathan Griffin. Samir Hans. Fahad Harun. Rahim Kayani. Georgia Maloney. Simaran Matu. Jonathan Murphy. Halima Noor. Michal Nowak. Ornel Ntiwuna. James Otu Mi Ovi. Jacob Roberts. Rose Scott. Ahmed Shaukat. Michael Sobo-Wale, Paulina Schwalek, Grace Weberly, Samuel Wilkes. Bachelor of Art with Honors in Business, Annabelle Canon. Catherine Houghton. Bachelor of Art with Honors in Business Study, Christine Davinjarajan. Niyan Lodari. Kuzanai Musara. Elizabeth Odera. Mohammad Suhail. Bachelor of Art with Honors, Business Administration, Mahadia Alali. Claire Arabian. Mohammed Hakim Azizul Rahman. Nurul Shafwani binti Shaiful Bahari. Sheng Meida. Hin Shen. Sarin Ann David. Ye Shuang Eng. Hudaija Habib. Safia Omar Zambri. Amsa Raja. Shian Selbam. Bachelor of Art in Business Administration, Edina Stanford. Bachelor of Art with Honors in Business and Human Resource Management, Zainab Abdurrahman. Fozail Akhtar. Reem Al-Majli. Lina Ali. Sikiraya Ali. Catherine Boy. Fouzia Begum. Sheila B. Joseph Bouchel. Noël Boussoulois. Annika Chouan. Gilke da Silva. Joseph Di Giacomo. Melina Diogenus. Adriana Garcia Melin. Myriam Hussein. Akil Jacob. Kutsia Khan. Ousmane Khan. Kolsuma Katoum. Manishka Kumari. Maha Majid. Navia Mali. Mark Shane Mtakula. Shaima Omar. Dylan Hossein. Chanel Palmer. Shelley Robson. Aisha Said. Sana Salem. Mariam Shafé. Abdul Shahin. Asma Shahid. Samuel Sheikh. Johan Tayo. Libby Thomason. Riaz Odin. Leima Zoumin. Bachelor of Art with Honors in Business and Human Resource Management, Professional Practice. Agnega Bzotovska. Samantha Jane Hope. This completes the presentation of our to graduates from Birmingham City Business School.
This concludes the first presentation of graduates from the Faculty of Business, Law and Social Sciences. I now invite the University Orator to introduce the recipient of the award of Alumni of the Year 2019.
Pro-Chancellor, Vice-Chancellor, distinguished guests, colleagues, graduands. Today we confer the title of Birmingham City University Alumnus of the Year on Barry Moore. Barry graduated from our university in 1994 with a degree in industrial design. He joined Cameron Price Limited, which supplies high-tech components for car manufacturers around the world. His first post was as graduate design engineer, and he never looked back from there. He's been there ever since. Graduate engineer to engineering director, and then managing director, which means he has day-to-day responsibility for all commercial, production, engineering, sales and quality issues in a £16 million business. The management buyout he led in 2015 has led to new business and promoted Cameron Price as a leader in injection moulding and, best of all, as a valued partner in a global customer base. Professional recognition has followed. He is one of the 42 of the under 42, a list of leading young business people in the Midlands, and sits proudly as a top 100 manufacturer. His professional distinction goes naturally with a desire to help the next generation, which has led to roles in the Prince's Trust, in Common Purpose, and 1 Million Mentors. At a time when our country desperately needs to focus on making, on trading, and on investing in youth, Barry is a wonderful example of what it means to be a graduate of this university. Innovative, entrepreneurial, always planning for the future. So, ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure now to invite the Pro-Chancellor to present the Alumni of the Year commemorative pin to Barry Moore.
We are this morning delighted to be conferring the award of Doctor of the University upon Peter Cheese, and I now call upon the University Orator to give the citation.
Pro-Chancellor, Vice-Chancellor, distinguished guests, colleagues, graduands. Today we confer the degree of Honorary Doctor of Birmingham City University honoris causa on Peter Cheese. Ladies and gentlemen, it's second nature for most organisations, whether they're businesses or charities, universities or hospitals, government departments or theatre companies, to say that their greatest resource is the people who work for them. A hospital cures no one without its nurses, a theatre company can't perform without its actors, a university, as I hope you've all found, lives by the vitality of its lecturers. How to develop that greatest of all resources? How to ensure that young talent flourishes and that older talent is valued and made fresh, or perhaps just eased on its way when its time has come, has been the lifelong concern of our guest of honour today, Peter Cheese, Chief Executive of the Chartered Institute of Personnel and Development, the professional body that represents 150,000 human resource specialists across the world. HR, as we call it today, is a relatively recent phenomenon, barely 100 years old, and the legacy of the great Victorian reformers who stumbled upon the then utterly shocking idea that your business will do better if your people feel happy and fairly treated at work and adequately invested in. But we needn't be smug. The world remains full of places that haven't yet got that message. Peter Cheese's mission to make them listen began with a BSc in ergonomics at Loughborough University. Soon after graduating, he joined the consulting firm Accenture, rising to become their global managing partner for HR and organisation. From there, he became chairman of the Institute of Leadership and Management and a member of the Council of City and Guilds. Now, as chief executive of the Chartered Institute of Personnel and Development, he is a beacon for HR professionals the world over, writing and speaking on the development of HR, the future of work, and the key issues of leadership, culture, and organisation, people, and skills. His expertise is recognised in universities and professional bodies alike. Visiting professor at the University of Lancaster, he sits on the advisory board of Bath University School of Management. He's a fellow of the CIPD, of the Australian HR Institute, and of the Academy of Social Sciences. He's also a companion of the Institute of Leadership and Management, the Chartered Management Institute, and the British Academy of Management. In 2008, Consulting magazine named him as one of the world's top 25 consultants. In 2013, he was voted the UK's most influential thinker in the field of human resources. Board memberships of BPP and the Open University are testimony to his continuing desire to enrich a field to which he has already contributed so much. Ladies and gentlemen, reading about Peter Cheese's exemplary career, you sense something important, not just about the ins and outs of human resource management, but about what it means to devote yourself to the furtherance of a profession. You learn it. By learning, you help to develop it. And by developing it, you might one day lead it. What more inspiring example could there be for all our graduates today? So Pro-Chancellor, Vice-Chancellor, distinguished guests, colleagues, graduands, it gives me great pleasure to invite the Vice-Chancellor to confer the degree of Honorary Doctor of Birmingham City University honoris causa on Peter Cheese.
As Vice-Chancellor, I exercise the authority of the University's Academic Board, and I'm delighted to confer the award of Doctor of the University honoris causa on Peter Cheese, and I invite you, Pro-Chancellor, to present the commemorative medal. That completes the conferment of the award of Doctor of the University honoris causa, and I now invite Peter to address the congregation.
Pro-Chancellor, Vice-Chancellor, Board of Governors, academics, and particularly to Professor Keith Horton as the Dean of the Business School, I'm absolutely thrilled and honoured to be here and listening to the orator. Well, not only did he give half my speech, but oh my goodness, has he set the bar high now in terms of the expectation of the audience. But it is genuinely an honour and privilege to be here and in front of all of you too. This is such an important day in your life as the graduates. I'm thrilled to see this place full of family and friends and supporters of this generation of graduates. And I really want to address my words to you. It's not so much about me, I think it's about you and about the future of work that you're facing. And as you heard from the orator, I spend a lot of time talking to a lot of people, there's a lot of research on the future of work, and I thought I'd share a few thoughts. But before I do that, just to comment a little bit on the university itself. I mean, you heard from the Vice-Chancellor about the history of this university, its proud history and tradition. It's always been part of the local economy, and it's so important that education works closely with business and with the local economy, because we've got to have education and business working closely together. That history is phenomenal. Excuse me. Excuse me. That history is phenomenal, and what it plays out as is the employability of all of you. I mean, 97% of the students that graduate from this university are either in employment or further education, and that is a phenomenal record. Also, something I'm particularly proud of as the Chief Executive of the CIPD, which is your association with professional institutions, recognising that across many of the programs you have, and I think particularly in the business school, the recognition that professional qualification alongside academic qualification is something that will help you in your careers. And I'm immensely proud of the relationship the CIPD has in acknowledging and recognising the courses in HR management that you run through the university. So those are all really, really important things for you to be proud of as part of now the alumni of this university. But as I said, you know, we're living in interesting times, and that's a phrase you hear often, and I don't know if you know the origins of it. When we casually say, may you live in interesting times, it just means may you live in interesting times. For the Chinese, where that expression originated, it doesn't mean that. It was meant more as a curse. Now, are we living in interesting times as a curse? No, I think we're living in interesting times because we're at times of change, and it's about how we create positive change. The reality of the world is that, and for many of you in the business school, you'll understand models like PES, so political, economic, social, and technological change, and they are all happening at once. I don't have to remind you about political change, but it's not just political change in this country, it's happening everywhere. There's polarization of politics, a debate about nationalism and populism, very different kinds of conversations that we were having in politics, say, even 5 or 10 years ago. And what that future will mean politically, we don't really know. Economically, also, we're in uncertain times. Here we are in times of growth at the moment, but there's a slowing of the global economy, and we don't really know where all of that's going. Social change. You as a generation represent a new generation coming into the world of work. We talk about now of you as Generation Z, a new generation with different expectations and values, very purpose-driven. You are the digital natives. You've grown up with technology. When my generation talk about technology to all of you, you look at us and say, well, I don't know what you're talking about. This is just stuff we have. It's stuff we use. It's how we live our lives. It's how we communicate, how we share, and how we learn. But these are very, very new. If you think that Facebook had its 15th birthday last year, which is extraordinary. When I went into business, there was none of this. So, of course, social change in part is also being driven by technological change and digital disruption, which we talk about so much now. What will the future of organizations and jobs look like? Is technology driving different ways of working? Are more of you, and it's certainly all the surveys suggest this, you're more likely to be working in small businesses or start your own businesses than work in big corporations where many of us started our lives. And you will have, as the Vice-Chancellor has already said, potentially many careers, not one. It's not a job for life, it's a life of jobs, because many of those jobs will be changing in the future at rates that we've never seen before. Now, what does that mean in terms of skills and opportunities? Well, the first thing I think to acknowledge is that you all have some really, really fundamental and core skills that every business is looking for. And they're not always the things that you might see on your certificates and all the modules you've learned, but they are inherent in what and how you've learned. And those core skills, as we look at the future of work and we look at all the technology impacts and everything else, are increasingly being described as the human skills. The human skills of collaboration, of innovation, of creativity, of communication, of learning, of resilience. Those are the human skills. And you have learnt those through the courses and programs that you've been on. And it's really important that you keep reflecting those skills, because when you come into the world of employment, that is increasingly what employers will be asking you. That's what they're looking for. They know there are a lot of graduates out there with degrees. What they're also looking for is people that can communicate, can collaborate, can work in teams, and can learn and can challenge. Because we're in a space now of a world where we talk about alternative facts. When I grew up, there were only facts or not facts. Now we have alternative facts. Or we live in a post-truth world. And we have to be able to challenge and think critically. And that is also something you're taught to do as a graduate. So those are the core skills that every business is looking for now, and certainly those are the core skills that will propel you through your careers, because you will learn new skills. And so your ability to keep learning is really, really important. And sometimes when I talk to people when they come out of the education system, they think, oh, thank goodness I finished with all of that. No more exams, don't have to learn, I'll just go and do stuff and earn money. Well, breaking news, you're always going to be learning, but isn't that a joy? Isn't that one of life's great joys, is learning? To be curious about things, to seek out new opportunities, because the more you do that, the more you create opportunities for yourself. And I can tell you as a business leader, as I've counseled and mentored many young people coming to organizations, that's what I look for. I look for that spark, that innovation, that creativity, but above all, that idea of curiosity that I want to keep learning. Because who knows, as I said, what the future will bring. Will we all be driving driverless cars in the next 5 to 10 years? Or not driving driverless, sitting in driverless cars? Quite possibly. Will we have men or women on Mars? I mean, it's amazing when you think about Facebook being 15 years old, and then we first landed on the moon 50 years ago, and yet we haven't gone back there. Now we're talking about going back there. What might that mean to your future? Maybe some of you will travel out into outer space. Also, when we talk about the fourth industrial revolution, which you may have heard of, this is about a combination of technology with people. How do people get the best out of technology, and how does technology get the best out of people? But that may also mean other things like bioengineering. And you will live longer. All the demographics show that you as a generation will live longer, which is probably a good thing. But it also means you'll work longer. You will have a longer career. than many of your preceding generations. But you will also have breaks in those careers because our paradigms of work are beginning to change. It's not, as I said, a job for life. It's not about always working Monday to Friday, 9 to 5 for 40 years and then retiring and thinking, thank God that's all over. It's about different ways of working, flexible working. We now talk about ideas like maybe we'll have 4-day working weeks, and I hope you, as a generation, help us institute that, because wouldn't that be a good thing? I'm sure all the parents in the room and the others would all vote for that one, right? 4-day working weeks, flexible working. And why are those things important? They're not just important to get the best out of people, so they're vital contributors to well-being, which I personally believe is one of the most important outcomes of good work. But they are also vital parts of inclusion. And that's another thing that this university stands for. And as I look out across this audience, I am so proud to see the diversity in this room. And that is such an important part of what this country should represent. And not just this country, but every country. Because from diversity comes innovation and creativity and new ideas. That's where it comes from. And we need, as a nation and as employers and organizations and as business leaders, to make sure we get the very best of everybody that can work in our organizations. We give opportunities to people from wherever they come. And the fact that you are diverse, the fact that so many of you come from this part of the country, and I know there are many international students as well, is a huge testament to this university. And I've met your Chancellor before, Sir Lenny Henry. He came and spoke at our annual conference in Manchester last November. Of course, he represents and champions that idea of diversity and inclusion. And I stand here before you to say, I champion that too. I believe in it so strongly. It is so important that we create diverse and inclusive organizations. And things like flexible working are massively important parts of that. And things like recognizing the truly human skills of collaboration, of teamwork, of understanding our own biases, because we have a lot of biases, understanding those things so we can create inclusive work environments and make everybody feel safe, whatever their background, is such an important agenda. And it is an agenda that is more on the business agenda than I've ever seen before, and thank goodness it is. And you as a community, you as a generation, represent that diversity more than any preceding generation. And you should be proud of that, you should stand up and be proud for it, and champion that idea. So as you go forwards, you are in times of interesting change, but you are also in times of great opportunity. And you as a generation, I said before, are a generation that talks a lot about values, about principles, about purpose, about responsibility. You champion these ideas of the environment. You know, whether we all want to follow Extinction Revolution or not, it's just an example, and of so many others, of a young generation standing up and saying, you know what, we want to help to change the world for the better, because not everything we've been doing and not everything that my generation has done has necessarily created the future that we need. So I would encourage you to do that. Have a strong voice, be proud, challenge ideas and challenge paradigms of work or society that we've lived with for so long and that we need to change. This is a time of change, and this is a time for people to stand up and talk about what they believe in and what good change looks like. And oh my goodness, as I look out across this crowd in this room, you will help to make those differences. So go forth, help us build responsible businesses and responsible societies, because that is our future. And you will find many different things that happen in your lives which we can't even project. But if you go forward with that idea of curiosity, of learning, and holding true to principles and values and keeping at your core this idea of the human skills that you've learned through your education, then you will do really, really well. And I commend you all today. This is such a special day. I know it's an extremely hot day and you can't wait to get out of your clothes. But what a special day for you all. And I just want to offer all of you my heartfelt congratulations and very, very best wishes for your future. And if I can help in any way, in any part of that, I would love to. But good luck and thank you very much.
I now invite Professor Keith Horton to continue the presentation of award holders from the faculty.
I now invite Barney Morris from the Business School to the lectern to present the award holders from Birmingham City Business School.
Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Business and Management, Liam Agricole. Jamil Ahmed. Mohammed Ahmed. Mohammed Ahmed. Mohammed Ahmed. Nashiba Akhtar. Jadesola Ikenlade. Fatima Ali. Mohammed Ali. Mohammed Ali. Mazidul. Danish Amjad. Shay Anderson. Louisa Asidu. Miriam Asim. Rajan Athwal. Harjeet Ujula. Yafatu Baji. Marta Bananschuk. Vinay Banga. Parminder Pabaga. Manor Bashara. Savina Bassi. Sharifa Begum. Alina B. Kirandeep Bora. Ross Booton. Daniel Bowen. Rachel Brennan. Daniel Brooks. Joe Carney. Sukti Chahar. Joseph Chalkley. Marios Chari. Wengli Chu. Amit Chichek. Nadja Cohen. Lucy Crutchley. Emilio da Costa. Vinay Damani. Rachel Davis. Callum Dolphin. Kimberly Douglas. Thomas Drake. Reese Elliott. Tanya Ellis. Tristan Evans. Precious Ferguson. Mohammed Fraz. Mohammed Habib. Sultan Habib. Tanita Her. Mohammed Hussain. Adnan Hussain. Ariam Hussain. Husnain Hussain. Noor. Hawa Ishak. Tarak Yadani. Alex Johnson. Eleanor Jones. Erten Karagil. Karamjit Kaur. Praleen Kaur. Rajinder Kaur. Aisha Kausa.
Can you keep the energy up a bit, please? This is a really special day for everyone who's coming across the stage.
Ali Saeed. Hamid Khalid.
Kira Khan, Ian King, Nadi Kinson, Manraj Sinclair, Manisha Kumar, Changyang Lui, Inesa Livitina, Natasha Majero, Ikram Masood, Ronan McGann, Charles McLaughlin, Haditha Mijinyawa, Ahmed Mohammed, Khaled Mohammed, Hetty Murphy, Zorab Mustafa, Elizabeth Ngundini, Luke Paget, Shivani Pamar, Thomas Parsons, Abhi Hasada, Bhavini Patel, Riya Patel, Shiv Patel, Brandon Perry, Christopher Price, Yue Chin, Jamal Kurban, Ravina Rana, Imran Razak, Farzan Raymond, Hafsa Raymond, Charlotte Roden, Jaskiran Sandhu, Natasha Sandhu, Arjan Sangha, Jasmine Shabir, Akash Sharma, Rashida Sheikh Alawadeen, Simran Shinder, Balprit Singh, Matt Smith, Brian Stringer, Karina Tandel, Bilal Tayu, Shannon Tracy, Leah Waldron, Zongbo Wang, Daniel Word, Molly Wilson, Ryan Winnett, Marta Wallace-Chischuk, Talal Yafei, Chloe Young, Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Business and Management Professional Practice, Lucy Davies, William Juggins, Owen Lewis, Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Business and Marketing, Jelani Ahmed, Nasir Ali, Beverly Assar, Anika Bagan, Rabina Bagan, Samuel Childerley, Tatenda Chirawatsa, Anrit Clare, Corey Facey, Garangi. Olivia Griffin. Zen He. Jordan Henriquez. William Hutchins. Shazim Issa. Bhavin Jani. Pavandeep Kaur. Callum Keown. Shajan Lahia. Nashel Moyo. Jacqueline Nanteza. Tanya Nassar. Tomlinson Patriciano. Daniela Sahota. Nikita Taylor. Mohammed Tayyub. Reese Terry. Rianne Tisdale. Alina Ulla. Luke Wall. Georgia Woodruff. Shingari Kamhuka. Bachelor of Arts with Honours in International Business, Mashim Mashtuk Pariala Nazarani. Bachelor of Arts with Honours in International Marketing, Nurul Ain Mohammad Fazli. Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Marketing, Thomas Clayton. Daniel Hanson. Adam Harris. Sean Kennedy. Anrita Shergill. Sidra Akhtar. Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Marketing, Advertising and Public Relations, Yasmin Akhtar. Kaylee Aldridge. Sahiba Ali. Sandeep Bassi. Juliana Bazantutno. Brittany Bray. Neve Burns. Nina Davey. Abby Dalabal. Taylor Elms. Victoria Fazakush. Rebecca Flanagan. Sandra Gordon. Phoebe Gordon. Jack Hart. Phoebe Hazel. Cody Higgs. Marina Hoffman. Roxana Ibrahimova. Holly Ingram. Ayman Lasfagi. Amber Lowe. Annie Melling. Lucy Murdoch. Omatadi Oloyedaya. Laureen Patterson. Chloe Perkins. Sonia Puriol. Faricia Ramley. Ryan Simmons. Catherine Simpson. Amina Sinclair Diaya. Alexander Smith. Alexander Smith. Destiny Solomon Thomas. Miliana Stoyanova. Christopher Thrower. Mary Turley. Scarlett Tutt. Taranelli Vagui. Eleanor Claire Watkins. Bachelor of Arts with honours in Marketing, Advertising and Public Relations, Professional Practice, Dorian Wallace. Bachelor of Arts with honours in Business Studies, Sarah Bhatti. Dominika Kubiak. Natalie Pringle. Karima Williams. Anita Ziobrowski. Bachelor of Arts with honours in Business and Management, Ansa Riaz. Postgraduate Diploma in Multi-Unit Leadership and Strategy, Elizabeth Kroot. Postgraduate Diploma in Multi-Unit Leadership and Strategy, Faye Dayton. Chloe Derrick. Gregory Carr. Alexander Konidaris. Anna Prothero. Bachelor of Arts with honours in Business and Management, Fahim Ali. Bachelor of Arts with honours in Marketing, Advertising and Public Relations, Isabel Evans. Danielle Hoffman. Bachelor of Arts with honours, Marketing, Advertising and Public Relations, Zarab Khan Azar. Postgraduate Diploma in Multi-Unit Leadership and Strategy, Matthew Jenner. Kurt Grover. Paul Fisher. Bachelor of Arts with honours in Business and Management, Hafsa Ilyas. International Master of Business Administration in Business Administration, Raul Patadar. This completes the second presentation of awards to graduates from the Birmingham City Business School.
This completes the presentation of graduates from the Faculty of Business, Law and Social Sciences. I'm now very pleased to invite Chloe Perkins to the platform. Chloe has graduated from our Bachelor of Arts with honours in Marketing, Advertising and Public Relations this morning, and she's now going to address the congregation. Chloe.
Good morning and welcome to friends, family, staff and fellow graduates of 2019. It is a great honour to be asked to speak to you today, a special day for me and my family, just as I'm sure it is for so many of you at the culmination of our studies. I would like to begin by thanking our Vice-Chancellor and other academic colleagues for joining us today as we celebrate our academic achievements. When I reflect back to the girl who very awkwardly sat in Millennium Point getting her ID card photo taken, I see someone completely different. There is no denying that the past 4 years, or 3 for most, have brought us an abundance of change and challenges. And that's because our university years are actually not just university. BCU has taught and given me so many things. What it has done the most is restore my faith in humanity and show me the depths of kindness and compassion a person can truly hold. We will never experience a group of people who root for us so hard, who will do anything and everything to help see us achieve and grow. From the lifelong friends I have made to the staff who give far beyond their job description, I am so thankful to this university for not only giving me the best experience possible despite the dark times, but for showing me how life and the people in it are truly worth persevering for. I don't believe that everything happens for a reason or that we have this mysterious plan laid out for us. I just believe that there's a lesson to learn and a silver lining to see in all that we experience. And that's something we need to reflect on throughout our time and remember going forward. No matter what life has or will bring us, the journeys we have or will go on, this university has helped us in our strength and resilience for it all. While BCU has built us as academics and professionals, what it has done the most is build us as people. People who have now graduated with our degrees, people who have so much to offer, and people who will achieve so much in this chapter we're about to enter. As we set out on the next stages of our lives, we're all still individuals with our own distinct ambitions, but we're all united as the class of 2019, a permanent part of our university's history. So, a big congratulations to you all, and I now invite the Vice-Chancellor to close the ceremony.
I think it takes guts to stand up in front of your peers and speak. Chloe, well done. Let's give her another big round of applause, please. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're almost at a close. Perhaps I can first just add my own personal congratulations to all of today's graduates, and I hope that you enjoy celebrating your success in the company of family and friends. This is very much your day. Enjoy it and make the most of it. I now declare this congregation closed, and a request, if I may, be very grateful if guests would stand whilst the stage procession now leaves the hall, rather than trying to leave with us. We much appreciate it. Thanks very much indeed for your attendance.